Today's video is insane. We're talking about the return of OG Fortnite, which is all but confirmed. This is not clickbait. We are going back to Chapter 1 next season. I want to talk about why I'm so sure that Fortnite is returning to the Apple App Store. We are going to get Fortnite Mobile back for good. We need to talk about the new Fortnitemares update. It is absolutely crazy. And what was Clix's big announcement? Because this is also going to completely change Fortnite. We have so much to talk about. Let's jump into it. So, what is going on with everyone talking about OG Fortnite is back? We're going back to Chapter 1, and is it actually real? So, let's kick off with HypeX's tweet that sums it up very well. They said, Chapter 1's return. A reliable source claimed a day before Season 4, so a day before this season even started. The Chapter 1 returns in Season 5 due to the time machine breaking. If you don't remember, in the intro to the current season, or if you play the game now in the Fortnitemares update, if you go into Kato Thorne's back room, it is now opened up, the vault looks different, there is a time machine. The whole point of this season is he is going back in time and bringing items to the present. So we're going to go through that to Chapter 1 seasons for a month. We're going to have a month-long season that is going to cycle through old seasons, old weapons, old POIs, all the craziness, and then we're going to jump into Chapter 5. So I've talked about this in previous videos, but we have confirmed that there is one more season to go until the new chapter, and it is going to kick off on November 4th, and then we're going to go into the new chapter at the start of December. So we have a 4-week long season. There's been this crazy theory going around that it's OG Fortnite, and it is basically now all but confirmed, because if you go into Fortnitemares, if you go into the Fortnite update right now, there is 2 major clues, and honestly there's probably more than this. But firstly, if you go to Mega City, if you go up to one of the major POIs, you can actually hear the OG lobby music playing out of this kind of like big screen. But we also have Chapter 1 Season 5 POIs and different items falling in at Frenzy Field. So with this very reliable leak, and now with this information in the game, we pretty much had like a synchronized leak. All the major leakers yesterday, last night, before the Fortnitemares update, started tweeting out the Chapter 1 Season 5 trailer. They all did it at the exact same time, and everyone started to get super suspicious. With this theory on top of that, it was all but confirmed. But when you add the fact that Fortnite is actually putting items from this season in the game, it is basically guaranteed. These tweets have been going mega viral. The amount of attention Fortnite is getting right now, I have not seen in an incredibly long time. I think more than basically every single season or chapter release since like maybe Chapter 2 with the black hole. Like, we have pretty much every big page on Twitter getting hundreds of thousands of likes, and so many new and old players getting hyped for the return of OG Fortnite. I have never felt this much hype myself personally, or from the community, for a new season. Everyone's getting so excited, but there are a lot of big questions. Obviously, how is the battle pass going to work? Are there going to be tournaments? What about all the new mechanics like mantling, sprinting, sliding? What about the graphics? Is it going to look like OG Fortnite? And how is zero builds going to work? This map wasn't made for zero builds, so I don't think we're going to get an exact one-to-one, like we're going to teleport straight back into the season. There'll probably be like bits and pieces that are taken from it. It looks like there's definitely going to be enough that has everyone this hyped. I hope that if it's not an entirely new map or entirely an old map, people won't be upset if it still has elements of the current map. Like I said, they're going to have to at least adapt the old map to no build somehow, so it can't just be a complete one-to-one replica, I don't think. But either way, it has me extremely excited. And I've always been the person who's been a little bit hesitant of an OG season, because I feel like people would think that it's fun, play it for a little bit, enjoy that nostalgia, and then realize the game's not the way it used to be with how crazy everyone is now, and then get bored of it. But 1 month long to just kind of do like a trip across memory lane, go back and look at all of our favorite seasons, POIs, just absolutely smash it with content, bring all these old players back, get new players to really enjoy what they maybe missed, because not everyone playing Fortnite these days got to enjoy the Chapter 1 days, and then we launch into a brand new chapter with a new map. It is going to be so incredibly fun. While we're talking of throwbacks and going back to OG Fortnite, I need to talk about why I think that Fortnite is coming back to Apple devices, coming back to mobile properly. And I have 3 pieces of evidence for this. Firstly, if you logged into Fortnite since the Fortnitemares update, the first thing you're instantly hit with is the UI looks totally different. And by UI, I mean the user interface, how you load into the game, how you open the item shop, how do you go to your locker. It looks like a mobile game. And I think that is deliberate. I think Fortnite is trying to make their UI uniform across all their different platforms. And yes, Fortnite Mobile is still there on Android, but it's fair to say it's fallen off since it was taken off Apple. When we lost the fact that Fortnite was being updated on Apple, a huge chunk of the mobile player base stopped playing. And now I have two pieces of information for why I think that is coming back. Firstly, Fortnite updated a blog they made from 9th of September 2020, and they've updated on September 27, 2023, so over 3 years later, and added the line, "Please note that purchases on the Apple App Store and Google Play are currently unavailable in Fortnite." This was a whole blog post about how they're raising the price of V-Bucks, but they add an entire line to specifically mention that they are currently unavailable in Fortnite. Yes, that might mean potentially they're just reconfirming the fact that you can't buy V-Bucks on the App Store, but I feel like there's too many pieces of evidence showing that it looks like they're gonna bring Fortnite back on Apple. Now, also, Fortnite is lodging another attempt through the Supreme Court to then try to overturn the way that Apple does their purchasing of in-app purchases with the extra fee. I'm not going to give you a full rundown on why Fortnite was taken off Apple, but basically when you buy something on Apple, on the App Store, while you're on your Apple device, they tag on 30%. You pay 30% that goes straight to Apple. This included V-Bucks. So if you're going to try buy something off your phone that would otherwise cost $10, now it costs $13. And Tim Sweeney and Fortnite were trying to get rid of that, saying Apple didn't deserve such a big cut, and they wanted you to be able to buy V-Bucks through the app on your mobile phone and get charged nothing. Now, this went back and forward. Ultimately, Epic weren't able to actually get this. It ended up being the fact that Apple was allowing Epic to then have you purchase V-Bucks on an external website off your phone that wouldn't then hit you with the fees. That wasn't good enough for Epic. They still didn't want to put Fortnite back on the Apple Store. But I think with these pieces of evidence, I think with Fortnite now, what I want to say, entering like a new prime, if we're going back into OG Fortnite, the player base, everyone is super stoked. I have a feeling that I think we are going to see Fortnite back on the Apple Store very, very soon, potentially for the new season or maybe even Chapter 5. Next up in big Fortnite news, and now this doesn't just affect competitive, we have Clix making his big announcement that he's been hyping up for a while now, that not only is he joining a new org, he is now co-owner of Xset. Now, you might remember Xset in Fortnite. They used to have the Rogue Shark, Knight, and AV trio. Xset is a huge org in so many other games, and Fortnite now being another big game for them with Clix at the front of it. He mentioned on stream that he is the first signing, even though he's co-owner. He is obviously technically joining, and they're going to be making big moves into Fortnite, signing big creators, big pros, and putting a bunch of effort into content. He mentioned there might be a content house. They're going to do trips. They're going to make a bunch of content, and it is very, very exciting to see. We have another big mover in the Fortnite scene now. This is amazing for content. It's amazing for the players. It's just really good for the whole ecosystem, and I think it really makes sense for Clix. I was really surprised to see that Clix said he was joining an org. There's not too many organizations in Fortnite right now spending the amount of money that Clix would need to represent an org, unless they were just milking his content dry and having him promote them at every corner, which then Clix doesn't really get anything from that. So I didn't understand what the situation was going to be, but Clix being co-owner makes perfect sense. He can now put all of this effort into building up the channels, building up something that he is now part owner of. So I'm really excited to see what Xset comes up with. It looks like they're not focusing as much on competitive, or I feel like they would have maybe tried to sign more players heading into Copenhagen. It looks like maybe they're going to go the content route, but we'll have to see how that ends up. Clix made one of the coolest announcement videos I've ever seen. It was like a Wolf of Wall Street. I'd highly recommend going and finding it on Clix's channels. It was super entertaining. On top of all this hype around Fortnite and the new season, the current update is absolutely banging. It's one of the best Fortnitemares updates they've done in such a long time. Yes, it's added more craziness with the RPGs and the sticky launchers being in the game. You've got the broomsticks back in. You've now got a brand new shotgun that I don't really know how I feel about it yet. It's an interesting gun. The reload animation is sick. It makes this weird, gross squelching noise every time you pull it out. It just seems like it's kind of a breacher shotgun, but without the advantages of the structure damage and with a really slow reload time. So some people are saying they love it. Maybe I just suck with it. I can't seem to make it work. But Kato Thorne's katana is awesome. It's like a katana that has like kind of a siphon effect on it, like Deadpool's pistols do. It obviously works like a katana where you can jump around the map. Kato Thorne in his vampire stage is one of the coolest bosses we've had in such a long time. I'm sick of having bosses that I can just walk up and just instantly kill, no damage, no risk. It's an actual boss that you have to be smart around fighting, and when you get third-partied while trying to get it, it is super super, super fun. It looks like all the content we've been lacking over the last season or couple seasons with the updates, we are very much getting to close out this season into next season. Like Fortnite going into the end of this year into next year is in a very, very good place right now. Now, I know Copenhagen $4 million land is right around the corner. You're probably wondering, Aussie, where is all the Copenhagen content? Don't worry, I've got you. My Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Aussie Antics. I'm live all day doing 1v1s, 2v2s with all the different pros from the event, watching the pro scrims, just making some fun, sick content. As far as my predictions, talking about the drop map, how Copenhagen's gonna work, clearing up all those questions, don't worry, that's gonna be in a video tomorrow.